Hey, parents and students, it's Mr. Swain. It's Friday. That means it's time for Enews. We have a few announcements and then some thank yous to make for this year. But before we get started, I'd just really like to say thank you to all of our families for everything that you've done this year to support your students, to students for you coming and engaging and doing what you needed to do. Most of you have done an outstanding job this year. Under the worst of circumstances, I hope this is the worst of circumstances that we ever deal with in education. I was at Deepwood's graduation yesterday morning, and Miss Mussey said in her thing, congratulations, fifth graders, for the most challenging year of your educational career. And I thought to myself, I sure hope it's the most challenging year of their educational careers. I hope it's much better than this from this point forward. I'd say the same thing to our eighth graders. Congratulations for making it through this year. You've lost a year and a half of what really middle school is supposed to be like. A lot of you have really prospered and thrived in that, and some of you it's been a little tough. And all I can say is I hope as you move on to high school that you have clear sailing from this point forward, and that your time at Chisholm Trail has made you stronger as a kid, as a student, and as a person, so that you can tackle any obstacles that come your way as you move into your high school years. It's always sad when our eighth graders leave at the end of the year because they're such an integral part of who we are. There's a lot of them that we have a lot of personal connections to, whether it's with their teachers or with the administrators, and those are always kind of sad days to see them go onto that next chapter. But they're also really exciting days as they take that next step into high school. And 4 short years, they'll be graduating and walking across the stage, and hopefully we'll be there for them on that day as well, that we can shake their hand and tell them job well done. So eighth grade, good job. Moving on to your next chapter. Remember, Cougar Nation is always here if you need us. Now for a couple of announcements that we have. Library books, if you kids, as you're cleaning your rooms this summer, maybe mom and dad give you a little break and your room's kind of out of control. As you go to clean that room, if you find any library books, even if they're from last summer or from last school year, please go ahead and bring those back. Parents, there is a drop box on the front porch. It's there 24/7, 7 days a week. So if you want to put it in there, that'd be great. It saves us from having to replace those books and have to buy those and having any holds on kids' records next year when we start the school year. We also have we have 3 retirements this year. Miss Reedus is leaving us, Miss Ainsworth is leaving us, and Miss Montoya are leaving us, all to go on to retirement in the next chapter of their life. I'd like to say a huge thank you to the 3 of them. They've been rock solid members of our community for a very, very long time, and we appreciate them. We celebrated them this morning in a breakfast with the staff, but I wanted to do it here too so that our families would know. Drop them a note, send it to us, we'll get it to them. They've been integral parts of a lot of kids' lives, and we're really sad to see them go, but we're also really excited for the next opportunity that they have in their lives. For you band folks, Mr. Adams is going to take on as our head band director, and we're working to find an assistant for him next week. And then Miss Kanya is going to step into Miss Montoya's role, and Mr. Dennis is going to step down into the Texas history role. So we're really excited to be able to fill those with super qualified people and keep the legacy of greatness in those programs moving forward. Let's see. We also have 5 other teachers that are leaving us to move on to other family things. Miss Littlefield is leaving us to stay home with her new kiddo. We're excited that she's able to do that. Miss Garner is leaving us from the front office. A lot of parents, she's the first face you see every single time you come in, and she's going to be hard to replace, but she is moving on, moving with her family back to New Mexico, which is their family home. So I'm excited that opportunity has presented itself for her. Miss Maddox is leaving us from choir. She is going down to the Houston area to help out with some family matters and to kind of go back home. She went to school in Tomball, and that's where she's moving back to. So that's exciting for her as well. Just incidentally, Miss Nidiver, is going to be taking over that spot as the head choir director there. Miss Davis out of the library is leaving us. Her husband and her have bought some properties, and she's going to be running an Airbnb business. So if you're looking for that out on the lake, she's going to have a couple of places up there that you can look at. And then Miss Hawkins is leaving us from BIM and yearbook and computer science and all that. And we're going to miss Miss Hawkins. For those of you who don't know, Miss Hawkins lives in Lexington, and she's been driving back and forth for 13 years or 17 years. She told me this morning. But for a lot of years, she's been driving back and forth every single day to Lexington, and she's got the opportunity to go start a program at Lexington Middle School, which is like 2 miles from her house. So I'm really excited for her to be able to move into that. We're currently looking for her replacement in that position, and we've kind of worked out the rest of them. So as they move on, I told them all this morning, you've been a huge part of Chisholm Trail, of our successes. You've been the first face that people see, sometimes the happiest face people see when they come in the building. So I'm super appreciative of all of them for all the hours and the days and the years that they've put in, and the time they've invested in kids and in making our school great. So again, if you have a chance, shoot them a message, wish them the best as they move forward in their next step. Last but not least, well, two thank yous. Thank you to parents. This year's been tough for y'all. It's been tough for your kids. It's been tough for the teachers. And thank you for being supportive. I told the teachers this morning I've gotten more positive messages this year than I ever have from parents, just really complimentary of the teachers and the staff for all that they've done to make this great. And so thank you, parents, for all that you've done and the investment that you've put in. Our PTA, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this craziness and all the stuff that we've had to do, but also just being willing to do whatever we needed along the way. So thank you, PTA, and thank you, parents, for your support. And last but not least, I'd be really amiss if I didn't thank our teachers. I don't know that most of you know this, but in the beginning of August, when they came back to work and were told, hey, Schoology is going to be the thing that you're going to use, but you don't have access to it yet. They didn't get access to Schoology until the 8th day of August, and we started school 10 days later. When you look at the Schoology website, it says that it takes a year and a half for the program to, or for a district and teachers to really get comfortable with using it on a daily basis. And we had 10 days, and the teachers absolutely killed it. And I told them this morning, I know they're tired of me saying the same thing over and over, but I don't know what else to say, but thank you. And I appreciate all the work that they've done, all the long hours that they've put in to make sure that this year is as best as it could be for your kids. And there's really not enough words to share the appreciation. The three administrators, the three assistant principals, and I tried this morning a little bit. We made them breakfast, bacon and eggs and sausage, or bacon and egg and pancakes, and served them, and hopefully they felt the love from us this morning. But I know the community has a lot of love for them for all that they've done, and we've been really we couldn't have done this year without the staff that we have. And if we weren't a family before, we certainly are now, having been through these trials and tribulations of this year. That's all I really have. I hope your family has a wonderful summer. I hope you're able to go do some stuff that maybe you didn't get to do last summer, that you're able to get out there and do that. And I'm looking forward to next year from some normalcy for us and being able to do those things that we always love to do with kids. We will have a Cougar camp, two Cougar camps. We're going to do one for our current sixth graders since they didn't get one last year, and we're going to do one for our incoming sixth graders. Those will both be in August, and you'll get postcards from us that have that in there. Again, I hope you have a great summer, and until August, we'll see you then.